Hey people, Mindred here, 1v1 Green-Tooth Gorge, blue side. ManOfFaith, also known as Tex, with a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. This is the Night Lord's elite scheme, up against funnyman2u as a warp spider Exarch, a teleporter hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. Gets straight onto this power. Natural in northeast, southwest is a natural power for Tex, and they've got some Chaos Space Marines with metal album cover armor on. Howling Banshees hitting the field too. They're gonna bear center, I would think, to try and run into the CSM. The CSM are going for that central VP. Plague Champion's so slow, didn't even bother to try and get there. Warp Spider trying to reface before they cap here so they can shoot something that's coming towards them. Did he spin right at the end though? Towards the mid, the Banshees do indeed run into the CSM. Double CSM here for ManOfFaith. These guys going for the garrison? I guess so. Gotta know where your garrisons are on Green-Tooth Gorge to escape things. These guys doing the same thing. Oh, there wasn't a Doom Blast. Did they get one? I don't think they got one. Now they're going to be shot to hell. Banshees looking for the flank, using the fleet to get there quickly. I guess the heretics could take the garrison and shoot things with their pistols. Guardians will use the Banshees here to help them out. These guys just need to run, just trying to create some space and a nice angle. Oh, gets a Doom Blast and gets an Aspiring Champion and then runs. Fair enough. Stinky bolt gun and some CSM get rid of the warp spider Exarch. Other CSM are west side and they might need to take the garrison here. Banshees with their power weapons will chop them up pretty nicely. These guys are getting battle equipment for the grenade, so these guys in here are going to have a rough time, these CSM. They might get grenaded and bansheed. There's the grenade. Slightly mistimed. And the CSM make it away without a loss, you know. 2 gens up for Funnyman. No gens up yet for Tex, going for those double CSM, of course. Doesn't cost power. This Aspiring Champion sure did. I like the gimp masks on the heretics. 493 to 500. Single cap game for Funnyman. They got no other units up. They went straight into getting the aspect of fleetness here. Got a decap and ran away. CSM might eat a grenade. Nope. Those Guardians got awfully close. Is that heavy gauge? It was indeed heavy gauge filament. Also getting improved targeters for more shootiness. Plague Champion has no XP whatsoever. I think he's only shot at the Warp Spider so far. Might go down if he's not careful. Well judged, I think, by Tex. Yes, it was. It's like a 12-year veteran of this game. If someone's going to judge an engagement well, it's going to be Tex, I guess. Warp Spider grabs the cap, and Banshees can't quite get a model off those Chaos Space Marines. Aspect of fleetness means they can jump over stuff. Raptors on the way now for Tex. Still no other units up for Funnyman. Do they want like a really fast Wraith Lord or something? They are genned up like crazy, that's for sure. Got 5 gens on the field. I don't think this is a great approach by the heretics. Oh, they dodged the grenade really well. Turned out it was. Those guys take the garrison though. Not a whole lot heretics can do about that without their grenade launchers. Banshees dropped a model. Warp Spider, clinging to health, stays out into the field. Raptors are in. Jump troops that suppress when they land with a cacophony style effect. I guess they are Slaneshi Raptors or something. Banshees need to be careful here. They're really low to be going in on the heretics. They do have some support. There's the War Shout. There's the Doom Blast. I thought the heretics would engage there with the CSM support. Yeah, I think they should have engaged. But Tex sure knows better than me. There's some Nurgle worship, little burst of it. Meanwhile, east side, we have a Bile Spewer. Awesome at bashing power gens, although not as amazing as it once was. Great weapon in its own right as well, with area of effect damage and debuffs. Raptors dropped a model pretty quickly there, holy crap. Meanwhile, Plague Champion trying to get another gen, cannot do it, doesn't get a Bilious Discharge on the Banshees either. And is losing health so quick. I think they tried to use Bilious Discharge there. Ended up getting chopped up. And CSM, they're going to stay in this fight? They are not. I thought maybe they'd try to fight those Banshees because they're so low, but those power swords are so freaking dangerous. And all those specials as well. Yeah, that would have been a bad idea to try and fight them. Fire Dragons on the way for funnyman2u in Tier 2. Should they have waited for a Falcon or something? Or a Wraith Lord? I think maybe... Yeah, Wraith Lord would have been really nasty here for Tex. Because they're not really close to Tier 2. Instead, Fire Dragons. I'm not sure why Fire Dragons are coming out so quick. They can't be expecting a Blood Crusher anytime soon with what Tex has spent. Aspiring Champion, Bile Spear, double CSM, and Raptors. But we'll see what those Fire Dragons can do. They can sure shoot a bunch of infantry up just fine. Banshees with the shout and the escape drop to model, but that's okay. Unless the Raptors jump after him. They did not jump after them. Could have got another model at least, I think. There's the Banshee Exarch with the dual power swords. What do they call them? Mirror power swords or something? Mirror swords, it says. I don't know if that's an official Eldar term for a loadout. Crack shot up on the Fire Dragons. Global buff from the Warp Spider Exarch. A bit wasted there. They got jumped. And they do have their Dragon Scale armor. Here come those Howling Banshees. Halfway through level 2. Taking on a lot. Nurgle with touch of Nurgle going on here. Raptors jumping. Touch of Nurgle is a global buff from the Plague Champion when a model dies. Big explosion. Knockback damage and a heal on nearby allies too. Pretty cool global. It's expensive though. 175 red to get those Banshees to run away basically. I mean, it facilitates the power bash. There's heavy gauge. And Fire Dragons doing their thing with those fusion guns. Painful, for sure. Especially if they can get that crack shot working in the engagements. There's Tier 2 for Tex. Yeah, and I think it was a bit of a... Well, I'm not going to say it's a misplay to not get a Wraith Lord up and punish Tex a bit more here. But we'll see how these double Fire Dragons get on. Bit more of a sustainable pick, maybe. Walkers tend not to last super long. Even in 1v1s, they'll often get caught and taken out. But they're a big impact unit. They can kind of do their job before they go down. Plague Champion goes down. And now they're on the power is Funnyman. The Fire Dragon Exarch can switch to a Flamer as you see here. Helps them bash gens even faster and also mess up infantry quite well. Here's the other Fire Dragons getting their Exarch. Now they're shooting the CSM, quickly taking a model out. Banshees on capping duty. Can they get a full bash here? Map looking pretty red. Got Guardians capping over here. It's a full bash. Didn't decap though. Those guys flee. Got their Exarch in. Who's saying words? Are they just reinforcing? Yeah. I thought maybe that was the Aspiring Champion coming in. These guys are getting Aspiring Champion. Other fellas got Mark of Tzeentch. Because Fire Dragons are heavy infantry, right? I believe they are heavy infantry, so the Mark of Tzeentch CSM should tear through him pretty quickly. Raptors with their aspiring champion now, and that mean-looking demon maul. Got the cat. Oh, they didn't get the cat. They jumped a bit too soon. Nicely done by Funnyman having that grenade there ready. Didn't quite put it in the right place. But a nice idea. Here comes the warp spider. Could harass the raptors. Maybe get a kill if he's lucky, if he's shooting the right model. There's the heavy gauge. Gets rid of him. They didn't get a cap in the end. I hear Banshees yelling. And they're yelling right here. Touch of Nurgle again. And they're not running from it. Now they are. But again, that was 175 red. But it might have saved the heretics, and it stopped the Banshees capping as well. Marco Zinch Chaos Spaceman is getting exploded by the heavy gauge filament. Ouch. That's a lot of damage. They need to be together, the CSM, I think, to stand a chance there. And Crack Shot could change that fight anyway. And they don't have their aspiring champions, these guys with the plasma guns. So it might be that they're getting melted, not the other way around. They outranged them though, right, I think. They should have standard 38 range, and I don't think the fusion guns do. Both got their flamers up at the moment. Nothing really to bash. Map looking incredibly red. The Plague Champion's back out. But they've had to spend 500 requisitions to get this guy revived a couple of times now. Double cap for Funnyman. VPs are in Tech's favor. They tend to play the VPs incredibly well, Tex. Happy to sacrifice units or sacrifice other parts of the map to get those VPs done. The champion flees. Still no aspiring champions. Unable to get to model off those Banshees before they got in. And the washout suppresses everything, and these guys are getting chopped up really badly. Did not have a touch of Nurgle there available. Raptors and Heretics just a little bit too far away to help them out. These guys do have an aspiring champion now, though. Gets a demonic plasma gun. Just ups their DPS. Slightly more DPS than the other bolters that they have. Double cap now for Funnyman, and they go tier 3. The Fire Dragons have done really well. I thought they'd just get jumped and kind of controlled, but it seems like the Raptors haven't been around a lot of the time when the Fire Dragons have been around. And now they can't jump here, so they're having to back off a bit, wait for their energy to recharge. Haven't leveled up. Leveling up massively helps jump units because they get more energy to do their jumping. Jumped a bit too far. Do have some Marco Zinch CSM support though. From both sides actually. Got a few kills. Did drop one model. Banshees avoiding this fight for now. Coming for this VP again. Spending a lot of time sprinting over here and messing stuff up, aren't they? Maybe they can catch these Raptors on retreat path actually. That would be nasty, they're very low. They go for a decap on the power actually. 283 to 249. Power bashing attempt by Tex. These guys did not get the aspiring champion. Funnyman into tier 3, not that far off. Getting a fire prism up, which would be pretty nice, I think. Here we go. CSM using that heavy cover brazier to great effect there. Oh, there's heavy gauge, they can't outshoot it. Saw a glimpse of the power of those CSM there though. They shredded that one Fire Dragon squad, they had the cover advantage. Although they noded this as well. Plague Champion needs to Bile Spirit back, I think, maybe. Maybe? I don't know what he's... There he goes. Must have misclicked a bit, but here come the Banshees. There's the Bilious Discharge. Uses it to escape, maybe? There we go. Such a strong slow, that Bilious. What does it say? It doesn't tell me how much Bilious slows by. I think it's like 80% or something though. 283 to 226. Well in to the tier 3. Would be fun to see Seer Council up. But it looks like they're saving for an avatar, which is also pretty damn fun. Raptors jumping in, get the suppression, get rid of those fire dragons pretty quickly, and the CSM can focus down the other one. That was a perfect scenario there for Tex, having the Raptors and the double CSM all available for that fight. Warp Spider Exarch gets the hell out of there. The fire dragons barely made it out, actually. Avatar might get messed up by the double CSM, but he could just like march in, tie them up as well, and the Warp Spider could maybe tie up the other squad. Banshees as well, especially with the buffs the Avatar gives to things. 231 to 226. Gonna be a 2-1. Maybe a 2-1 for Tex if they can. Well, Banshees are still here though. Got some chosen Plague Marines up, which is fun. Unique to the Plague Champion, they're melee Plague Marines with damage over time, power melee Plague Knives. Very tough, explode on death, all that good stuff. Also passively damage nearby enemies. Can they kill a Banshee though? They killed one. They did kill one. Here comes the Avatar. Against double Mark of Zinch CSM. Can't be standing around taking too much damage from these guys, but we'll see how he does. The Chosen Plague Marines should be pretty good as well. They do power melee, and I think their damage over time is heavy melee, and it will be stacking on a single model, a single entity. It's an interesting choice. What's this? Phase armor on the way for Funnyman? Is that because, yeah, they have a nuke available? Warp Spider phases these guys. Are they going to go for the nuke right here? They are. There's the Eldritch Storm. It was perfectly timed. You do get some, I think it's 40% damage resistance when the phase armor wears off for a few seconds, but that was a pretty nice hit there. Here Banshee's yelling in on the Chosen Plague Marines again. There's Nurgle's Rot to create some Banshee zombies, but oh wow, the Chosen Plague Marines did a superb job there. They were against Banshees, Fire Dragons and Guardians and held up and got away. Here comes the Plague Champion himself. Did the Banshees get away? The Banshees did get away. Some Fire Dragons have wiped though. Plague Champion leaves. Here is the Avatar of Cain. Super unit for Eldar. Powerful combatant. Some nasty abilities and a really nice passive area of effect buff. And, you know, a fancy headpiece as well, which is somehow really fire retardant. Capping up the west side. Has Tex seen the Avatar? Maybe the Heretic spotted it. They are trying to decap under fire from the Warp Spider. Heretics have done really well actually. Did the Chosen Plague Marines level up? They did. They actually didn't get that much XP for all of the stuff they just did. Banshees can't take a bunch of that fire for too long. What just happened? Oh wow. Of course. 10 seconds after I call out the Heretics doing well, they get Wailing Doomed to death. Why do I say words? Poor Heretics. More Heretics on the way now. There's the Raptors jumping. I thought maybe they were going to try and have the grenade ready for them again. But no. No grenade gift. Avatar is taking a lot of damage from the CSM. They now both have aspiring champions, and Chosen Plague Marines are helping. Look at the damage it's taking. Was it a big mistake for Funnyman to get this guy? Banshees with the War Shout, helping the Avatar escape. It has indeed escaped. I don't think he can leave that guy isolated by himself in the mid. Needs some support. Autark jumps in for the heal and then ties up some CSM. Banshees with a big chase here. This is risky. Heretics are there. Chosen Plague Marines on retreat path as well. Can they get out? Raptors there too. Banshees white. Chasing a bit too long there. Autark barely gets out as well. If they jumped to a better spot there, they could have got that Autark down. 142 to 103. Avatar healing up back at base. Beautiful grenade. Superb grenade from Funnyman there. Under pressure, gets it in a good spot. And took out the aspiring champion. Unlucky maybe to not get another kill there. Plague Champion capping up the west side. There's a Nurgle Shrine. Healing every few seconds by 7%, I think it is. Will suppress enemy infantry. And then if you worship it, you can reinforce, which is nice. Because Chaos otherwise don't really have a way to do that. I mean, the Sorcerer can do it with his Summoning Circle global thing. One, 4, 2, 82. How can the Plague Champion do here against a single squad? Oh, here comes the Autark. With her spear, can tie up the Plague Champion and jump on him. Just kind of camping the mid here. Tex, they did not go for a power bash. They're trying to stabilize the mid a bit, I think. Avatar did not fully heal unless they've been shot at again, which might have happened. It is Seer Council now from Funnyman. Still doesn't want to get that Fire Prism, eh? Worried about the Raptors jumping on rear armor, maybe? Level 3, these fellas. What about the Plague Champion? Plague Champion's almost level 3. Warp Spider Exarch almost level 6. Avatar is really far forward and again is kind of isolated here. Chosen Plague Marines going in. They're going to get Wailing Doomed. CSM can turn and shoot now. There we go. Tex must be looking elsewhere over here. Raptors and the Plague Champion fighting an Autark and some Fire Dragons. Fire Dragons level to 4. Avatar does get away. Warp Spider could teleport in and tie up at least one of those CSM squads, maybe. Autark could also jump in and tie them up, but depends whether they're available or not. Looks like Tex has just abandoned that side for now. Avatar comes back in, takes a bunch more damage using this terrain relatively well though to not take shots all the way in. The Bile Spear is not going to do a lot of damage to an Avatar. But those CSM sure are. Wailing Doom. Plague Marines need to dodge it. Oh, we do have a Fire Prism. Okay. Avatar goes down though. I don't think it was used super well by Funnyman. I'm not sure why they isolated it so much. Autark goes for a decap. 80 to 71. Fire Prism needs to back off. Oh, maybe not. There's phase. Shift. They can't nuke again though. Trying to shoot down the shrine is the Fire Prism. Now the Warp Spider needs to be careful. Can he teleport away? There we go. Fire Prism gets the shrine, but does it go down? Raptors are on it now. That might have been a huge mistake. Yep, down it goes. They got a big rear armor hit. The Plague Champion was meleeing it as well. I think that was just to try and mess up its movement a bit. Big losses for Funnyman. Here comes the Seer Council though. 54-71. 2-1 for Funnyman. They're losing the natural though. It's It's really close. Chosen Plague Marines have been quite awesome, actually. There's a grenade. They're trying to get them to move, I think. Oh, he did kill one. They did kill one. Now they're going to power bash. Oh, maybe just the Plague Champion's going to power bash. Fire Dragon is still patrolling the west side. There's a Nurgle Shrine behind this shot blocker here. There's that Seer Council. Power Med a squad of Warlocks with a ranged damage resistance aura. But they're down to just 3 units. It's not looking great for Funnyman now. 2-1 for Tex as well. There's the Bilious Discharge. It's a nice tool to have against the Seer Council. But there's the phase shift. Warp Spider's going to go down, I think. Yep. Seer Council now all alone. So that's too much for them to deal with. Autarch drops back in. 50-42. It's going to be very difficult for Funnyman to get back into this game here. Well, I mean, they are sneaky Eldars. Still think it's going to be really tough. Soar on Wings of Fire, eh? There's that Nurgle Worship of the Shrine. Raptors could jump over and grab this VP for a triple, maybe. Nope, looks like they're focusing mid. 42-42. It's actually a single for Funnyman right now. They're not risking going after their own natural VP here. Tex. Autarch jumps out. As I said, so good at judging VPs and what VPs to go for and when to go for them. Touch of Nurgle on the CSM here. Can they get them down? Can the Raptors jump after them? Oh, the Chosen Plague Marines weren't there either. 39-27. Here comes a Wraith Lord for Funnyman. That should do decent work, but I thought the Fire Prism would do a lot better as well. Fire Dragon's getting a sneaky decap again, and again it works. But now they're off the field, and Tex is able to get Heretics onto the Western VP. What am I hearing? Oh, these guys got phase shifted. It's a private phase shift party over there. Desperate attempt to decap by the Guardians. Don't think it's going to work out for you fellas. Almost got it. Autarch drops in again. Goes after the Shrine. Still has her spear equipped, of course. Wraith Lord trying to chase things, but the VPs run out. A triple cap at the end by Tex. Awesome stuff. Was a strong start by Funnyman. I think the double Fire Dragons were a fun choice, but certainly not expected. A Wraith Lord at that point or a Falcon at that point would have been really rough for Tex. They could have like camped the power with it and maybe shut them out. But these are, gotta remember, these are like friendly 1v1 games. Maybe Funnyman wanted to try some double Fire Dragons action and then into an Avatar, but didn't work out. Avatar got kind of messed up. Didn't really do much. Got a couple of decent Wailing Dooms, I suppose he wiped those Heretics, didn't he? That was fun. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.